Okay, folks, sorry. I found out we're having a little bit of difficulties getting underway today. And I'm not even certain the cameras will be in focus or anything. I haven't checked some things today. But let's see what's happening here. Here we go. Well, we did make it on air. Amazing. That might be a little better shot. So it's the end of the year, and we're just going to do something a little different on Satterwhite Live this week. We've got, over the years, we've done a lot of photography, and we've done a few episodes of Satterwhite Live where we've taken tours of homes that we've got pictures of that probably have never been seen. So we're just going to go through and make this, just take some of our Christmas pictures today. How about that? So let's get right into it. If you stay at the end, I'm going to talk about next week, and we're going to do something very neat. So, especially if I remember to do it. Okay. This is one of my, well, we've got a number of favorite pictures we've done for the Christmas season over the years. Let me see. And this is one of them. And this is kind of the premise of today's show is Sam Satterwhite. I've heard him say a million times, there's nothing like Christmas in a log home. So the days are short. A lot of parts of the country, I see friends of mine from all over the country, Facebook posting pictures of snow, and I've got a son in Idaho, and they're definitely dealing with winter there. Here in Texas, we're thinking about possibly mowing season is over. So let's look at a few of these pictures. One of the Blake and Josh were on deck to do the show this week, but since I made all of these pictures and know the story behind them, I thought, well, Danny should tell the stories behind these things. This is a beautiful home photographed, it's been several years ago now, it's in western Tennessee. And I was up there in late in the season, right before there's a giant cotton field across the street. And the owners just such super people. Of course, I enjoy every photo shoot, but this is a real special memory to me. And talking about how much they enjoyed decorating this home for Christmas. And since it was just a few weeks in advance of the Christmas season, I went back. And their thinking on Christmas was to do it in an old-fashioned way and not so electrified. So a lot of tinsel and garland and these kind of beautiful things. There's just the log home lifestyle. The man who built this house said, I believe he said when he was 14 years old, this is family land, and he decided on that spot that someday he would build his home. And there it is. I'm going to tell you the story about this driveway in a second. But it's just that autumn coming on, the leaves. This is earlier when I was there, and it was just such a beautiful setting. Everything about it so ideal. And if you were there, I took my lights because, of course, I can't make good. This is not how the home actually looked, but I had thousands of watts of lighting on the house just so that I could make this picture. But very low key in the way that the electrical part of their lighting. Beautiful interior. I don't know. I think that Bobcat was taken on the property itself there, the one up on the ceiling. I love this picture with that cool blue winter, evocative as if there were snow on the outside. Beautiful tree and that cowboy hat on the top. Isn't that's very Tennessee, and it's very Texan too. Beautiful place settings in the dining room. Outside, again, not so much sophistication, but those beautiful, very tastefully decorated. You know, we've seen so many pictures. I'm one of the most fortunate people in this company in that since I've done a lot of the photography over the years, very few people here at Satterwhite get to go in to see these finished homes. There's that same house with the autumn weather. The leaf drop is finished. I just finished this slideshow actually after showtime today. It was being transferred to the show so we could see it. And I'll take a second here and tell you about, in a minute you'll see the owners and just the lifestyle that they lead there in western Tennessee. I mean, this house backs up very near the Mississippi River in northwestern Tennessee. And behind the house there's a ridge and it just drops away to the lowlands. It's up above the river a little ways. And they built that, as you saw earlier, with a picture of the cotton field and the entrance gate, everything very symmetrical. He removed all the trees in this lane around the house. He said, I don't want to ever have to worry about a tree falling on my house. And of course, here at Satterwhite, we love trees. Everybody's got their own taste, but it's just this one very well executed. But that lane that you see there, he couldn't decide. The carport is over to the left of the house, and he couldn't decide how to put that lane there. And so ultimately, he took to how to determine where that lane was going to be. He had his gate up, and he had his house built, and to where to put that driveway, how to route that across there so that it looked natural. And what he did is he took his mule, and this is a mule story here, and he took that mule to the gate at feeding time, and he took the mule's feed bucket back by the carport, and he rattled that feed bucket. And at the time the lawn wasn't in or anything, and he had graded the dirt, and the path that the mule rode, the mule plotted the driveway. The footprints. We're going to meet the mule here in a second. I'll tell you the mule story. There's just beautiful gate, garland, ribbons, and here's the mule is there. Tennessee people, I learned on this occasion how much they love mules, because there was all kinds of mule memorabilia and mule calendars and all kinds of things. And that is one big mule there, taller at the shoulder as a grown man. And I got a real lesson on mules. I won't take time to repeat it all today, but that mule's mother was the mare was a Persian draft horse. Is the reason the mule is, and the daddy was a giant jumbo jack from Mexico. So there they are. And that's Christmas season riding there in the neighborhood. Just that wonderful thing that not just the log homes. We're not just about the log homes. We're about the lifestyle and the family that goes along with log homes. Now I'm just going to jump through a bunch of things. I don't want to talk terribly long today. I don't want to. My shows, whenever I do shows, often get out of control. But we had a visit from Santa Claus at our show home a few years back. Like I say, there he goes for the chimney, but he's distracted by that rocking chair. And also, we set a little trap, milk and cookies, and one of the Satterwhite catalogs there for Santa to make his plans. Another beautiful Christmas decorated door, a very rustic setting. That is our rustic log. Beautiful, beautiful look. Has to be that type of log due to the characteristics. Has to be up under a porch. This is Satterwhite's former show home now. We have 2 new show homes here in Longview, but that is a plan called the Woodland. Beautiful wraparound, built above grade on log homes can go on just about any kind of foundation. This one was on pier and beam and lifted above grade, and that skirted with a staircase all around. Just beautiful split rail fence. That was the interior at the time. I'll tell you, as I sorted through the pictures to pick out things to show you guys today, I didn't imagine how sentimental I would feel looking through these pictures that I've made over the years, but it was pretty moving to me, I'll tell you. This is the picture that I selected as our show title today. Another home here in Deep East Texas, down south of here, what we call Deep East Texas, between Longview's on the eastern, where Longview, where Satterwhite is based, is on the eastern side of northeast Texas, and just about 2 hours east of Dallas, and 1 hour away from Shreveport, Louisiana, which is one of the larger cities in Louisiana. And that area between where we are and, say, Beaumont and Houston is called the Big Thicket, and just a special land, and there's so many log homes built in that part of the world, including this absolutely beautiful home. Now, I went there. These are a little bit snapshot. A lot of times when I'm sent to, we needed a picture for a Christmas card specifically or something. So I didn't really, I just did a few snapshots, not really the kind of thing that you're used to seeing. This is such a typical thing. So many of our homes have lofts and walkways with balconies overlooking great rooms and family rooms. And this specific one is trimmed in the wall and ceiling wood is our blue stained pine. But that space, look how beautiful the decoration is there. That little scene, New England Christmas, and that's charming. These log homes are charming. Just New England can have charming, but we'll take the heartwarming. Another home. There's, you can tell from that star on the door that this is Texas. Actually, this is Sam and Travonda Satterwhite's home. I think I had that fire going plenty strong enough back there. Beautiful, beautiful. Some of you who have attended our seminars in years past, this home is almost always on the tour. This young couple, you can see the Christmas tree through the window there, and it's right at dusk, but I can see the string of lights across the roof line and the porch line, but still a little bit of light there. In Texas, we can be out in our shirt sleeves through Christmas time, much of the time. Maybe not today. It's pretty chilly outside today. But inside this home, view down to the great room from the balcony. Blake Linton was talking, I think, just last week about that fireplace feature there where it holds firewood next to the firebox. That's a neat idea. Kitchen. There's the, you can tell it's the stairway off to the right and the landing. I didn't make these photographs. Another home. This is facing a major lake here in East Texas. And this is Kevin Sheehan, who is one of our salesmen. Some of you may have talked to him on the phone. He's pretty easy to get on the phone. He's sometimes a little hard to get off the phone. We tease him about that. We just give him a hard time. Kevin's a great guy. But he and his wife go all out decorating. I forget, he told me how many Christmas trees they put up every year in this home. I can see 3 in this picture. And this is a reverse angle, so there's Christmas trees everywhere you look, on the countertop, a little bitty one even. The bedrooms. Even that splash around the candles and the figurines in the window in the master bath. Just beautiful. Like I said, I got a little sentimental. One of my, well, really my favorite subject of it's Christmas time are the children, and we've done a number of Christmas cards over the years with the Satterwhite family grandchildren. And this is actually in the lobby of our office here, the Christmas tree. And the same thing that set up yesterday. I got to tell you a little story about my 8-year-old, well, Lily, my little granddaughter Lily is 9 years old now. And so a couple of nights ago, she was at dance lessons, which is in a little community called Diana. Her dance school, Ash Dance Co., is just north of here. And there's an accountant lady has a huge light park, drive-through Christmas light exhibit just south of here. But the line this time of year to get in the light park, once the sun goes down, the line can be 3 and maybe sometimes 4 hours. And my son was taking his family to the light park that night after dance classes. And I brought Lily in. I told the kids they had to come to stop at the office and go to the restroom because it's happened to me before to wait 2 hours and have to get out, lose my place in line because we were in a bathroom emergency with a bunch of kids in the car. So they stopped here at the office, and Lily walked in. This is the power of log homes and the emotion. My little 9-year-old granddaughter Lily walks in, and she's just so taken by just the lobby of the office here and that Christmas tree back there. And she asked me, "Papa, can we come up here and open our Christmas gifts here?" I thought that was so sweet. Here's the grandkids on another occasion at one of our model homes here in Longview. I probably got 2 or 3 of these. That was so much fun making the pictures this day. And just like, the sentimental part of this works on you because these kids are so much bigger now, and it just seems like we just made these pictures yesterday. I have all these memories come back to each of us. This is another occasion on the same porch before the youngest one in the previous picture came along. And we had puppies this day. That's a handful working with 3 little kids and 3 little dogs, and to try to come away with a good picture. But that's a Satterwhite Christmas card from years past. And this has got to be my all-time favorite picture of the kids for the Satterwhite Christmas card, even though there's no Satterwhite products or anything in this. That's just a hay barn that the Satterwhite family has over on their farm, and we brought in some fresh hay and a manger and some costumes, and that was a special day with those kids. And I look at them now, and they're all so much bigger. It just happened so fast. My intention was just to show the pictures of Christmas around the homes and decorating, but something that very important to me personally. For a number of years, almost a decade, Satterwhite has been involved with Michael Martin Murphey, and he has a production called Cowboy Christmas. Now, some of you who are not in the South and Southwest, many of you may remember Michael from his song Wildfire. But he does a Christmas program that has just become, at least for me, just so much a part of our life and the Christmas season. And we all know what's going on with music. The tour, just not possible this year. But I'll tell you, these, you may not have thought of him in years, you know, it's not been in the charts in many years, but these 3 Christmas albums here, I promise you, it's kind of late to get them in. Maybe you can get them off iTunes or something. But they are traditional Christmas music sung in an unembellished, plain, sincere way that take the spirit of Christmas to an absolute spiritual level. Michael, when he introduces his Cowboy Christmas, I can't begin to, even though I've been to his show dozens of times now, I can't begin to recite the poetry and the things that he does to bring the show in. But he does say something to the effect that when angels brought the good news to men, they didn't appear to the bankers or the lawyers or the rich and wealthy men in the city. They came to men in the field tending livestock. And so he says, what do cowboys have to do with Christmas? Well, at least as much as nutcrackers and big choirs and symphony orchestra. So this is the simple version of Christmas music. And these 3 albums, compact disc, but they can be bought online as well. They're just very moving to me. There's Michael. This is actually a rehearsal. We appeared in the Belcher Performing Arts Center here in Longview. And on this occasion, that's a man named Howard Hudeberg performing this in front of the Longview Symphony Orchestra. Another occasion. It's just been wonderful to get to know Michael and become friends really with all the members of his band over a decade. So he's become a friend to all of us. And of course that's Sam Satterwhite on the right and our great friend Mark Gregston on the left. Mark has been a real champion of this show, which was set up as a children's benefit. So I'll just throw in a few pictures here of the Satterwhite Christmas float. We're just kind of walking down memory lane ourselves here a little bit. But this was just last year. And that's one of those new delivery trucks that you will see. A lot of you coming up this coming year. We were gathering our gathering spot, and Travonda is coaching all the kids on what to do when they get their seats on the float. And boy, this was a project, I'll tell you, but it was so much fun. All the kids and grandkids, and that's my bunch right there. My wife, Belita, and our 4 grandkids who live here in Longview. But there were tons. There's Santa at the helm of the sleigh. And we had that float packed. I think we took the big award about a maybe 2 or 3 2-mile route through downtown Longview. Let me see, what did I put? I just put some of our Christmas pictures that we've had over the years. That's, you know, our company pictures, we try to make pictures together, and it's whoever we can persuade to be in the picture. So don't get the idea this is the size of our company. This is just a little sampling of the folks who would come to the pictures on whatever day we made these. This one's a roll back the clock a few years in front of that old show home. Hanging the wreath on that big chimney. That's the same place we saw the Santa pictures earlier. And this is just, we live Christmas here at the office. So this is this is obviously the sweater day. Look at there, right in the middle, Josh and Megan. They got married this year. If I'd studied this picture a few years ago when it was made, I would have seen that coming, I guess. Some of our other offices, these are from years ago, Christmas past. But some of these people are no longer with the company. Or Kathy Miner, one lady that I see on the back right of this one, she's living in Alaska now, or last I heard. This is our group up in Utah at our sawmill. This is our primary manufacturing facility, and we do have a sales office there. If any of you would like to, in the western United States, they have a lot of expertise about things like snow loading and engineering for roof systems that these guys here in Texas might not be quite up to speed about. But that's it. That's it. So let me see, where are my buttons I push? Here we go. So thank you for being with us today on go down memory lane a little bit with Danny with my Satterwhite Christmas album a little bit. Now next week, a week from today, is Christmas Eve, and we're all in a it's going to be a different Christmas this year. We're going to not so many gatherings, and so I think that a lot of people will be staying home more. So on Christmas Eve, the Satterwhite will be closed. And I'm going to do something a little different this coming week on Christmas Eve. And starting at our normal time on 11:30 Christmas Eve, we're going to bring up a Zoom session. And instead of this space that our studio space that you see here is a showroom. So in fact, there were folks in here this morning saying, wow, this is where you broadcast Satterwhite Live from. So we get a lot of comments as people, and we appreciate that. Appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate you clicking those like buttons and telling us that we're not wasting our time too. We enjoy doing this, but at any rate, we're going to broadcast, if I can make all the arrangements. There's a lot of tech stuff that I'll have to work out, but since nobody's here, I'm going to take the cameras down in the main lobby and build a fire in the fireplace and do a Zoom hangout, and we'll publish the ways to jump in. And we'd just like to have just a hangout. If you're a log homeowner or someone who maybe, well, if you've got log homes on the mind and Christmas and a lot of people, the reason I've got time because all my children are grown, we're empty nesters, and just our family schedule is working out so that I'm available on Christmas Eve. You may be too. So if you can, that would be great. I think that if we could just gather as a log home community and just discuss the season, just spend some time together in the virtual realm of a Zoom meeting. And if I can figure out how to make that work, I'll also transmit that also to Facebook and to YouTube. But of course, if you don't come to the Zoom session, you can't participate. So it'll be a lot more fun for me if there's people. I'm not going to have an agenda or things to, it's just not going to be Danny talking that whole time. I'm hoping that people gather together in just that sense of community that's I think something that we need to be reminded of this year on a lot of levels. So, thanks for being with us today. I've got buttons to push here. And so I guess that will be it for today. Thank you for being with us. And I hope everyone has a blessed and joyful Christmas. It's been a difficult year, but I hope each of you has a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Thanks for being with us.